Alrighty guys, Old Johnson, 1970 to be exact. This one I think ran on spray a couple months back, but we're gonna dive a little deeper into this one, see if we can get it running, maybe see how bad the fuel system is. Just kind of give it a check over. In pretty darn good shape, so let's find out how bad it is. At first glance, the seat is just beautiful. I mean, it's got a couple little small tears. Still has the Johnson emblem in the back. That'll clean up nice, I think, with a little degreaser and some plastic shine. Don't know if I know the throttle's free, the brake was working. Got a key in it. Gonna sniff the gas tank and see. Oh, hell. Oh, God bless. Oh, man. Ooh. Wow. Probably have to remove that tank. I might have to get a different tank for it. Because, wowzers. That is not great. Looking at these knobs here. Just checking things out. Wow. That is not great. And that air filter, wow. Belt, I mean worn. Worn like you wouldn't believe. Thin. Oh my God, this thing is probably worse off than I thought. Oh, geez. Brakes are functioning, but God damn, this belt, so worn. Chain, oh, she's still lubed and tight. That's something. We're gonna get that air filter off there before we suck any fuzz in. But oh, that tank, just when you see this on the fuel cap, you can only imagine what it's like in the tank. So the least I could do for this snowmobile is clean it up. I don't know if we're gonna pursue this, guys, on fixing it to get it driving. It's gonna need a little more work than I wanna stick into it at this time. That could change as I dive into it. I'll see how bad the tank really is, if I can get all the rust out of it. But, yeah, I'm just looking at a couple things. Looks like there's a bracket holding it on here, or is that just a piece of rubber there? I don't know a lot about these particular models, so I'm curious where the fuel tank fitting is. That's what's under the seat, guys. Spare belt or a new belt, which clearly it needs, and 4 drive sprockets, which scares me. Probably have to look at underneath the drivetrain and see if there's any cogs left. I know the track turned, so we shall see. It looks like they put a piece of carpeting underneath there, for lack of a better term, I guess. Choke functions. Gas tank is no bueno. No good. I'm gonna just take this off and see. This air filter is straight dirt. I probably have a different one somewhere. It's not like it needs one right now. But you guys can see that is just absolutely terrible. We'll put that underneath the seat right now. I'll soak the hinges a little bit. Got a little bit of rust here and there, but it's not terrible. Over. Feels like it's got good compression. That's kind of a good thing. Here's the other side in the front. I think I saw another one of those Johnson emblems. I wonder if it's missing one on this side. No, it's got them. Really not a bad sled overall. Just gonna need a little bit of work. Skis are pretty good. I know that track should be decent. think those drivers are for this. Yeah, there's no way. These are internal drive. Those cogs must be for something else, because these are internal drive. Those are externals. So we'll put some fuel down its throat here and see if she pops off. Is it good to see stars after you pull the rope 100 times? I had it pop when I didn't hit record, so I'm gonna see if it'll run again just before we get sighted. Woo. Okay. There we go. We know she runs. Now we can dive into the rest of it. Like I said, there's a pulse line missing from here to right up on the intake plenum there for the fuel pump. And then that gas tank, which is, like I said, whew, she's a rough one. I'm gonna attempt to unbolt it. There's like 3 bolts on each side. See if I can get the tank out, and I might go scrounge around if I got another Johnson tank in my parts sleds and see if there's a better tank. So I'm gonna go do that now and hope for the best. Little quarter 20s, star washers on. Just gotta get the 3 out on the left side. I'll try to slide the tank back. Sure, we'll have to replace pickup line and, you know, the basics. But we'll just see if it's even worth it getting all the gas out of it, and just to see how bad the oxidation really is on the bottom of the tank. Maybe it isn't that bad. Okay. So now we just have to fight with the stiff ass line that's in here. Oh. Okay, that one's off. You know, if only I could. God, I hate these clamps. Gotta get myself bigger pliers, most likely. Yeah, probably get myself an actual pliers. Well, I could pry the clamp back at least. That somewhat helps us. Some of the dang on tension, huh? I really should just replace that line with maybe a piece of clear. There it is. Now, we can lift our tank out. And boy, the smell is just... All right, guys, that's a little sample. Oh. There's the pickup line. Who wants to touch that hose? I'm gonna go with no, not me. Wow. Wow. This is freaking gross. The whole bottom of it's just full of rust, and the whole sidewalls and everything. I'm sure we could do a little vinegar and dirty sin treatment to it, but let's go see if we can find a better tank, and then if we have no other option, we'll try to clean this tank out and do our best. See if the old nut and bolt treatment does anything. Got a lot of rust out of that tank, so looking a lot better. The tanks I found were either A, worse than that one, or B, they were on a really nice sled that it was clean and I didn't feel like robbing it. So we're gonna make that tank work and replace all the pickup lines and see if we can get it to run. 11/16 wrench for these fittings here. I did blow through it with my air compressor. Just got to get a little bit of the nasty stuff on the end, but she is clean. Tank turned out pretty good. There's gonna be some rust flakes in there, but I'll just put something on the end so hopefully it won't suck off the bottom, and then put an inline fuel filter and just hope for the best. Worst case scenario, it'll plug the filter. So I'm gonna put a new piece of line on here and hopefully get that put back in the tank. That's the return vent or return line fitting. That one is clean. Pretty tedious getting that tank back in there, guys, with the fuel lines. I did replace the return line. We should be able to look through here and see our fuel line. I guess if I was smart, I could have just disconnected it from the inside. Hindsight, looking back, but whatever. And then this would be how you'd change the spark plug on this side. You'd have to reach in through that gap. It's getting to be dark here soon, so probably have to resume tomorrow on this one. But it's coming along. See how it goes. Alrighty guys, so fast forward like to the next day. I did a bunch of work off camera that you guys haven't seen. That includes new fuel lines from the tank to the fuel pump, a new primer T-fitting, new primer lines, impulse line, return line. I did not replace the primer yet. That does need to be replaced. That is not functional, the original. Did lube up all the controls, so compression release works, reverse, choke, primer obviously functions, the neutral lockout functions. I did hook up a battery or a jump pack, and I did see the electric starter crank over. I did wash it up. You guys can see it looks pretty good. I polished up the chrome bumper a little bit, got some of the bad rust off it. There's some cracks in the hood like you can see there in the front right, but overall, I mean, the sled is pretty nice, probably like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. So that's pretty cool. It's been running okay. You guys saw the video of that probably. I'm gonna go take it out on my lawn, get some pictures of it. I did do a lot of tweaking on the carburetor. I think I got it where I want it to be. It's not perfect. It does need an air filter yet. And like I said, that gas tank, it's only gonna be as good as it's gonna be, I guess. Seems to be running okay. I did put the fuel filter back in line when I replaced the fuel lines. Brakes are functional. So yeah, track is in good shape. Bogey wheels are still good there. You guys can see underneath. So not a bad rig, 1970 Johnson, rated at 25 horsepower. I have a couple more of these we'll be going through in the future. Probably nicer than this one even. So look forward to that. I'm gonna get this thing on the lawn. Maybe you guys will see me pull it up around the lawn there for one little hot lap. But that's pretty much it for this video. Wasn't a lot of in-depth how-to, but you guys saw a little bit of the footage there of me working on the fuel system. And that was mainly the majority of all the work I was doing. Just cleaning it up, obviously, at the end. I didn't even put spark plugs or nothing in it. I usually don't unless I suspect running on one cylinder or, you know, really poor running conditions. So I'll have to stock some of those spark plugs now that I speak of it. But if you guys enjoy these old OMC sleds, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe. We definitely have a ton of them to go through. So this is definitely not the first one, and it won't be the last one. Man, that thing actually drives pretty good. Runs good, idling a lot better. You guys can see reverse functions like it should. Not a bad sled, guys. Once again, 1970 Johnson Skee-Horse, 437, whatever you want to call it. Model tags, guys, on these particular 1970s, you can see the tag under the left front where your foot would sit. There's a little model serial tag. So if you're looking for one, that's where it's going to be located on these 1970s, whether it's Evinrude or Johnson. Most likely it's going to be on that side. Sun's a-shining. Not a bad Saturday afternoon. Got ourselves a Johnson running. That's actually the first time I ever drove one of those, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. But pleasantly surprised with how it is. Pretty cool. We'll have a bunch of these hopefully in the fleet. Take some pictures of it and list it up for sale. We have a lot nicer ones to get running and keep. But if worse comes to worse, I suppose we can keep this one too. Once again, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next revival.